Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, September 19th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, MSTY, SMCY, PLTY, HOOY. All right. Yeah, man. Let's get to it. What the heck is going on though? I woke up, 4-ish. Bitcoin was sitting at the 117 range. All right. And now look at this. Down we go. Market's flipping a little red. So maybe we'll get a red Friday. I guess that's okay. We've been super green. So why not sell puts on this beautiful Friday and make some income? All right. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's get to the trades. Busy day. Thursday and Friday is always the busiest day at YieldMax. They're making trades, beyond trades, beyond trades. And yeah, there was no lack of trades on MSTY. If you saw, I posted on X the screen print of MSTY. And yeah, bro. So what happened? So MSTR decided to move its ass for once, and it went up, right? It went up a lot. Well, not a lot, but a decent amount, and enough to capity-doo-dah our capity-doo-dah. So our covered call strike prices, yeah, man, we got blown through, okay? So we closed some of them out, and that's what you'll see here. So obviously these buy to close, very expensive, 1525, 1706, 1410, 1640, all right? So look at the strikes, 340 versus 349, right? 340, 349. This one even lower, 337 versus, we got blown through. So we have to cash settle these either. Well, we did it yesterday, being Thursday, or we'll do the rest today. And, at the same time, the beauty of doing it yesterday, though, is our insurance plays, our long calls, our credit call spreads. They're a little more valuable because there's some time value left over, right? 357.50. Even though that's higher than the current price of MSTR, we were able to get 445 per share, on this one, right? And then here's a 350, even lower, which is good. So we were able to get 536 per share. So it kind of offset the hit, which again, pre-credit call spread, we were just taking the hit on the calls, getting blown through. But this offsets that hit, right, to an extent. So we were able to capture, a decent amount, we'll say, of the upside. So you'll see here, obviously, that's kind of what went on. I'm not going to go through every single trade, at least on this spreadsheet. But I can tell you the realized loss was quite the hit, 90.1 mil, all right, 90.1 mil. So what do we say about that? Ouchie. All right. Anyway, synthetic position. What's going on? What's going on? They did close out the 375. It expires next week. So they did have a month, right? They did have a month, but it may have been people have been selling out of MSTY. So when fund money goes, obviously they need to close out some contracts on the synthetic side and the covered call side. So they closed out 2,000 contracts, and they chose to close it out on, again, one of the 1017s, which was 375, and they lost about 4 mil in the process, which was part of that big loss number we just went over. All right, now let's get to the weeklies tab, and let's go from here. All right, so again, a lot of trades, so I'm going to have to scroll up here. MSTR, like we said, had a pretty good day. It went up 5.89%, and it's these big jumps that we don't want, right, as a covered call ETF holder, because, we're going to get capity-doo-dah, and we did. We only captured 3.65%, which is about 60 or so percent upside. I know I always say we strive for 80. So 60, whatever, man. But I'll take 3.65%, and at least we're back in the $16 range. So we're moving. But what can you do, man? What can you do? The IV's still low. It's just like, what the hell? But let's check out the IV actually. So it went from 50.51 to this morning. I updated it here. I don't know why I updated there. That should probably go here actually. 51.16%. That's the the as of this morning up here. And then the 7-day forward is lower. Like, what in tarnation? And like I said, the market was green this morning, at least at 4 a.m. And now it's it's looking red. So I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? All right. So anyway, let's get to the closeouts. And should we go through every single trade? Probably not. But again, you can see the damage here. Again, open price, close price. Open price is the credit per share that they received, right? Close price is the debit, the expense that they pay to close it. So obviously, if red greater than green, not good. All right, not good. And if you scroll over here, you could see the damage, right? Obviously, I have this profit made bucket. Needless to say, all negatives, like they say, prognosis negative. All right. So, I would highlight it, but for the most part, like we said, they lost about 90 mil for the day. All right. So yeah, we got, they didn't close all of them. They left some of them open, and you'll see that when we go through the holdings. But yeah, I'm not going to go through all these. We know they lost, the big hit. And then they opened new positions, some in this week, some 1 DTEs basically, and some into next week. All right. So again, we'll keep an eye on that, Chico. And here, I thought this play was pretty cool. Sometimes I, spot them and then I remember to talk about them. This one they opened yesterday. This is a covered call, 360, expiration date Friday, 347 credit. They closed it the same exact day. So this is essentially, within the fund, a 0 DTE. So, a quick profit. Again, it doesn't offset the complete damage that we got hit with, but it was a quick 1.7 mil for being very active, on the account. So, I always, I like to see those types of things, especially like in and out, quick day, quick profit, boom, 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 wham, bam, wham. Yeah, nice. Nice. All right. So anyway, we said people sold out of the fund. So how many shares went? 1.6 mil. So, you could see it's been going down and down and down. It was at what, 300 not that long ago. Well, I hid those cells, but yeah, man, people are scared, or people probably sold yesterday. They're probably trying to take somewhat of a profit because they probably just don't think it's going to recover. But if MSTR keeps going up, then yeah, we'll see, man. Again, will we hit 20? Maybe. All right. Anyway, here's the recap. MSTY $16.20. MSTR $349.12. 30-day IV 51%. 7-day forward 48. Outstanding shares 283 mil. What do we got? Total net income. Unfortunately, yeah, man, this took a hit. But we still have income overall, right? 32 mil at this moment. That comes to a distro of 12 cents. A daily income of 0. Doesn't even round to a penny. Daily yield of 0.03%. And if you annualize that, it's only 10%. So you're not getting the sucker today. All right. We got hit. We got hit with the storm, the MSTR storm, because I bet the coin. Well, actually, it wasn't even really Bitcoin that really moved. It was just MSTR for the most part. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell happened, but you guys can tell me. But it was a good day, man. It was nice to see. The market was freaking blowing up, But anyway, so I did update the Bitcoin circulating supply. Went up by 469 Bitcoin. Again, there's 21 million Bitcoin, so we're just tracking this along the way. Here we go. MSTR. Well, I did not check, but again, MSTR, the most they would do is once a week. So I'm not going to check in the same week. They're not going to buy Bitcoin again in the same week, but you never know. Maybe they will. Could be wrong. All right. So here's the recap of, looking at all the funds. Again, there's various MSTR funds. So MSTR, again, they went up 5.89%. MSTY captured 3.65. Winter went down 5.36. Ouch. IMST beat MSTY. They went up 3.69%. But guess what? MST, of course, they're going to whoop ass. You know, they got that leverage, son. They went up 8.43%. You know, so that's very nice. And then you look at MS2, they went up 5.04%. And then you got MSTW, they went up 6.9%. So overall for the win, MST. So as they say, congratulations. All right, let's move on. Let's go here to the reaction. I just felt like Bitcoin MSTR, you know, we're just finally waking up, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I say maybe because I don't know. Nobody knows. Does anyone know? Someone knows. All right. What do we got here? I see a video question. See, if you write video question, I will pull it up. All right. See that? See that? See. Unless I missed one. If there was an earlier one, please let me know. What about adding Bitcoin supply on exchanges? What do you mean? You mean pulling it from different exchanges? Is that what you're asking? I'm using Coin Market Cap. I mean, who else? Who's a better source? Or are you asking the exchanges to add it? Is that what you're getting? But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. Payment information. Again, the payment cycle for it. Today's the last day. Today's the last day. All right. So are we getting $1? No, I don't think so. I could be wrong, but no, we are not. Anyway, weekly income 32 mil. All right, we said that comes to 12 cents per share. Let's just look at the Rodamator. Rodamator says 12 cents would be a 9% yield. They're not paying 12 cents. So let's move on past that. Okay, extrinsic income, this is more likely. That is 63 cents per share. And that would be a 51% yield. So is that likely? Yes, that is likely. And then of course we got the IVs, which, you know, this is the range probably going to focus on 61 to 64 cent payment there. That would be a 49 to 51% yield. But again, Sunday morning, I'll just throw out the guesstimate. We'll have fun. You know, maybe I'll start doing a community estimate too, right? I wish I had, is it like a vote thing? Can I do like a quick vote on here? I don't know. I got to get with it. I got to learn the crap, right? Anyway, or maybe I can ask TNA to do some votes and send me the result, and that'll be the community answer. All right, video. We got another video question. Here we go. See, I opened my mouth. Could we make a poll of MSTY average 15 to 18, 18 to 21, 21 to 24? Comparison is the thief of joy, but I'm just curious where the MSTY Mafia is positioned. Oh, you mean like average cost basis? I mean, again, I can't do a poll from StreamYard. I don't think I can. But my average is above all of that. But I don't really care, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, do a poll. I can't do a poll. Someone else has got to do the poll. All right, anyway, let's look at the synthetics on MSTY. Let's see how they're doing now. Again, MSTR is at what? 349. They closed at 349. So now we're finally looking like we're making some bank on the November strike prices. However, the lingering gold digger is still here, right? 410. Because again, at one time we were at that price. We were at that price. And now we not. But we're moving just a little bit, right? MSTR. You know, if you check Market Watch, you know, what's it doing? Is it moving? Let's see. This is as of what? 6:16 a.m. It's updated. It's up. It's up 0.2%. So we'll take it, bro. We'll take it, broskies. All right, but no, let's see what's left for the week. All right. So again, all covered calls, no credit call spreads, no back calls, just sell calls. All right. The black font expires today. There's 3 strikes in the money, and then there's 4 strikes out of the money. So we're anywhere from 1.9% in the money to 2.4% out of the money. Is anything safe, right? I don't doubt it. Again, I don't know. I don't know. Could MSTR go down 2%? We'll win all of our trades open? Sure. Could MSTR go up 3%? We'll lose? Sure. You know, but who the hell knows? For next week, again, who cares? But they're 5 and 7% out of the money. So let's look at the assets under management, 4.5 billion. The NAV is 1618, and the trade price is 1620. What do we got here? We got synthetics. You know, I was just distracted a second. I clicked a short on YouTube by mistake from, I think, Ben Felix. I don't know if you guys heard of him. And he had some expert on about ETFs, and the expert said, well, the themed ETFs, they typically perform well the first 12 to 24 months, and then after that, they lose 30%. I'm like, that is the dumbest crap I honestly heard ever. That is, like, I don't want to go on rants about, like, what the hell are you, what ETF? Like, how do you make a blanket statement like that? Oh my goodness. You know, why did I click that short? But anyway, let's look at the synthetics. Yeah, the 410, bro, that thing ain't making money. That thing is getting cashed out. We're paying the gold digger. We're just going to have to move on. You know, she's out of our league. You're never going to be in her league, bro. She's taking your money. She was only there for your money. You know that. All right. So when you know that, so you pay her, the better you're off you will feel. However, down here, you know, we got the girls that, you know, they ain't gold diggers. They don't even know they're good looking, right? They're just chilling here. They're worth 50 cents per share or 9 cents per share. So we like them. You can hang out anytime, baby. All right. Anyway, let's go to the synthetic contracts. What do we got here? We got 133,000. All right. That's the total number of contracts. Is that good? Yeah, whatever, right? Whatever. Who cares? All right. This is important. How many are selling covered calls? 106,000. So 79% have covered calls. All right. So about 20 point something, right? Uncappity-doo-dah. So again, if MSTR goes to the moon, at least 20% can go up with it. The other 80% or so, you know, depends on the covered call. But again, half of them are basically in the money. So I'd rather MSTR wait till next week to go up, right? I mean, I don't know. Again, we'll see. We'll see. I know we say we'll see a lot. We'll see. All right. Anyway, that's the coverage on Misty. Now let's get to the other suckers. You know, who we talking about? Well, you know who you're talking about. You're talking about Mr. CONY head. So if you own CONY, you can only, you know, you really don't even speak English. You just speak. All right, so all right, so what was I saying? In language, basically, cappity-doo, man. Yeah, man, they got blown through. Sorry, I can't. What is it? Is it Nordvark? Or what's their language? Yeah, that's what I was speaking, and they were trying to say they got blown through. 335 strike, 343 actual price, obviously blown through. All right, 335 strike, 340. Yeah, blown through. All right, we don't need to talk about it anymore. We did have credit call spreads, which is good, offset the hit, but you know, the total loss is 21 mil. All right. After all those nyehs, I need a sip of water and coffee. Give me a sec. I may have woken up the house too. Half the house is already up, but oh man. There's not enough coffee to help me today get through the day. I'm not looking forward to working. But let's go to coin. Coin went up 6.58%. Is that good? I mean, sure, if you own coin, if you own CONY, man. Ow! But CONY went down because obviously ex-dividend date. Duh, right? But, you know, the hit would have been much worse if coin didn't go up. So, yeah, bro, they were cappity-doo-da, cappity-day, keep. What were they capped? I don't know, man. Let's see. If you add, I don't know what was the distro? Anyone know distro on CONY? Real quick, we could play around. Yeah. Do we care? What was the distro on CONY? Anyone got it? Yeah. I'll wait 2 seconds. Go. Come on, one of my YouTubers. Over 40 cents. 45. Okay. All right. So thank you, Michael Byron. All right. So if we add 45 back. Okay, so they captured about 67% of that upside. All right. I know maybe some of you were interested in that, so I wanted to make sure I did that. All right, anyway, let's move on. How are their synthetics doing? Well, they are whooping ass. They are whooping ass, son. They got a 300. They got a 320. You know, they expire next month and November, and they're doing great because coin is at 343. So we don't got to worry about those anymore. Now we're going to focus on what's left over for the week because they did not close all of the positions. Wow, all of you are on it. Thank you, guys and gals, of course. My ratio is growing, you know. I feel like there's more ladies lately. Hello, ladies. Who said that? Guess, come on, wrestling fans. Anyway, who's in the money? Two are in the money. Two are out of the money. Anywhere from 0.91% in the money all the way up to 2% out of the money. So, yeah, are these safe? Who the hell knows? Probably not. But coin, if I look at the pre-market CON, CONL is down 1%, which means coin is down 0.5%. So, hey, you never know. New York Lottery. Hey, you never know. All right. What are we doing here? All right. The value of the CONY fund is about 1.3 bill. Brother, you got it. Of course, brother gets it. He loves wrestling, right? Anyway, and the NAV is 701. Trade price 702. What do we got? Synthetic. We said it's worth money. How much? 68 cents per share. All right. Contract wise, cover call wise, credit call spread wise. Don't worry. They're using all of it. They're using 100% of the synthetics, 100% of the covered call. You know, all of it. They're playing the game. All right. 30-day IV of coin, 57%. 7-day forward, 55. IV estimate. Who cares, really? They just declared, so we don't need to focus on that. I'll update the income estimate later on, you know, probably on tomorrow's video. All right. Up next is your boy. HOOY. Found it. All right. Let's see. What did they do? By the close put. Okay. They're closing a synthetic position. Yeah. What happened? Well, people probably sold out of the fund. So you can see 800 contracts gone on the synthetic, 800 contracts gone on the covered call. All right. I know I'm going to get a lot of nasty comments like, can you just be normal? Can you just stop with the noises? No, I cannot. Sorry. Anyway, let's see. Strike price 105. So obviously forced closure is good on this synthetic. This synthetic's making some bank because it's a 105. Robinhood is at 120. And then they're closing what? 460. Yeah, that got blown through. 426. Yeah, their covered calls got blown through. But you know, again, I guess Robinhood had a good day. Nice green day. You know, we'll see. But yeah, man. All right, we lost what? 180,000 in realized losses yesterday. All right, not bad, not terrible. All right, Robinhood didn't even have that great a day. Wow, it only went up 1.88%. Again, HOOY, yeah, they were X day too. I guess we'll do it on HOOY too. You guys got the HOOY distro? Who's fastest? Go. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. In the meantime, I got a video question from Kieran. Can't ignore Kieran's questions. Any chance YieldMax starts a oh yeah, I'm sure. No doubt about that one. I didn't ask them or nothing, but of course that's a moneymaker in the process, right? But yeah, I would definitely see that coming soon. All right, what do we got here? 386. Thank you. Wow, Michael Byron for the win. Again, he's the winner. He's the winner of the day. What do we say? 386. So what we'll do is we'll gross this up by 386. Okay. Wow. Nice capture, baby. They captured basically 98% of the upside. So HOOY fund is still whooping ass. All right. So how's their synthetic doing? Well, we talked about it already. It's doing great. It expires next month. Well, less than a month now away. It's a 105. Robinhood's at 120. So now let's just look at the covered calls that are left. Again, black font would be for this week. 0.75% in the money is the lowest, and the highest is at 2.56% out of the money. All right. So are those safe? I don't know. You know, what's Robinhood doing in the pre-market? I don't know, bro. You're going to have to check yourself. How about that? How about that? All right. So anyway, what's the assets under management for Mr. HOOY himself? 237 mil. The NAV is 66.41. Trade price, slightly off, 28 cents. But whatever, man. But look at this, bro. Look at this. The synthetic position is worth 31 million freaking dollars, 893 per share. See, this is what I mean, man. Like, what if they cash this sucker out within the fiscal year? And if there is holdback, like, what is our next distro going to be? $10? I don't know. That's why I seriously thought they were going to pay $5. But again, I don't want to harp on that anymore. But hey, we'll see, man. Obviously, this fiscal year timing crap, I'm not getting. I'll have to talk to an expert here. Anyway, synthetic contracts. What do we got? 19,580. They're selling calls on 83%. So 16% is left open, all right, to go 1-to-1. Ready? Let's move 1-to-1 with the underlying, all right? All right. So credit call spreads, 86% of the covered calls have credit call spreads. Say that a million times fast. Credit call spreads. Yeah, good luck. Anyway, let's go on to NVDY and see if they had trades. I may need a bathroom break at this point. Too much coffee and water this morning. All right, where are you, NVDY? I'll find you. There you are. All right, so by the close put, purple alert. When you see purple, you know what that means. That means synthetic action. So they closed out 1,000 contracts on the synthetic. Is that a good thing? Well, people, again, probably sold out of the fund. It is what it is, blah, 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 blah. But in the process, they made 1.9 mil from the call. And obviously, the put was whatever. But it, netted about 1.2 mil. And then they had to close a covered call. So that was only 36 cents. Let's look at some of these others. They're just opening new positions. No bottom closes, just the one. Wow. All right. So they're just opening new positions for next week. All right. We'll take a look at that in the file on the holdings, bro. All right. So how you doing, NVIDIA? NVIDIA went up yesterday. It went up 3.38%. NVIDIA went up 2.92%. So that is an 86% capture. Is that good? Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Yes, it's good. 80% is my number. What's your number? Anyway, what's the synthetic doing? They got a 165 and a 170. Both expire not next month, but the month after. So what they're going to do is let it be, let it be. Why? Well, NVIDIA's at 176, so it's not really that much higher. So we'll see. We'll just we'll let it ride, as they say. NVIDIA covered call. They only got one. They got a 180. It's 2.13% out of the money. However, next week's they got one in the freaking money already, and one almost in the money. So yeah, they may be rolling these. They keep rolling. Although NVIDIA does look red in the pre-market. So we'll see. All right. Here's the assets under management for NVIDIA. It's about 1.7 billion. All right. The NAV is 1612, and the trade price is the same. Look at that. Good job. All right. Synthetic is worth 95 cents per share. Cool, cool, cool. Synthetic contracts total 103,000. They're selling calls on 93%. So, yeah, 7% on Capity Doodah, as they say. They got credit call spreads on all 93%, though. All right, let's check out the IVs. NVIDIA IV sits at 34%. 7-day forward is 40%. They're doing something with Intel, I guess. So Intel freaking flew up yesterday. No YieldMax fund on them, but NVIDIA did go up too, obviously, but not as much. But AMD took the hit. So AMDY took the hit. All right, IV estimate, obviously, it's too early. Who cares? They got 19 days till declaration date on October 8th. So let's move on. Let's move on to our boy PLTY. So hello, PLTY Pase. How are you today? I'm good. How are you? Good, good, good. All right, so here we go. Buy to close 608. Cover calls blown through. Buy to close 543. Cover call blown through. Purple alert. What does this mean? Again, closing out of a synthetic, but look at that, man. 1.3 mil. Obviously, this synthetic is worth a pretty penny. So at least they made some money on the way out. Again, probably because people are selling out of the fund. I guess they probably. I don't freaking know. But that's my guess. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. Buy to close 645. Ouchie. Yeah, a whole bunch of ouchie. So there was a realized loss of about $3.4 million on PLTY. All right, let's go to the holdings file. And you can see Palantir had a really, 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 really good day. It went up 4.88%. PLTY had a pretty good day too. It went up 3.43%. We did not get our 80%, right? But we got 70. So, we're just a little short, but good enough, I guess, good enough. How's our synthetic doing? Well, we got a synthetic 160. What's Palantir at? It's at 176. So our synthetic is doing fantastic, but it expires in November. So like we always say, they probably will let it be. All right. So covered calls for this week. I mean, today, right? Today's Friday. Today is the expiration date. In the money and in the money. Oh boy. So what's Palantir at? Free market. You know what? This one I'll check only because we're in the money on everything, right? So I'll do the work for you guys. Yeah, there you go. Little red, just a little bit. We're down 0.25%. Okay. So what's going to happen? I don't know. Again, these are in the money, man. 2.53% in the money, 1.11% in the money. Next week, again, forget about it, right? So those, they're out of the money, but it's too early to talk about next week. All right, let's look at the summary here. We got assets under management of 677 million. Are they going to be a $1 billion fund? Yeah, it's just a matter of time. The NAV is 63.80. The trade price, you're close enough, whatever. All right, synthetic is worth about 663, so that's pretty. Synthetic contracts, again, all of it, we'll just say 100% though. Of the contracts they're selling calls on, 100% though of the covered calls have credit call spreads, right? Buy calls, butt buddies, insurance plays attached to it. All right, makes sense. Good. 30-day IV 48, 7-day forward 59. All right, so we are anywhere from 239 to 294 on the estimate. But again, who cares? 19 days, bro. We got time. Oh, damn, look at that. Oh boy, income estimate, baby. We like a nice income estimate. 539. So that is so pretty. All right, let's move on to the SMCY suckers. All right, SMCY suckers. All right, let's go to the trades. All right, let's do this. Oh, where are you? Oh my goodness. No trades. Actually, that's good because I need less work today. SMCI did go up, though, 2.2. Holy crap-a-doo. Look at that, 100% capture. In fact, a little more. So SMCY did very, very well. All right. Why? Again, why do you think, right? They're covered calls. They were probably out of the money, right? How far out of the money? I don't know. Let's take a look at the synthetic first. Where was that at? That was at a 40. SMCI is now at 45. I feel like we've been in this freaking range forever, right? You know, remember the 60 synthetic? Damn, that thing was brutal. That thing had no chance. But yeah, 40 synthetic we could do because we're always trading around this freaking range, it seems. But anyway, it expires in November. So stay tuned for that, Chico. All right. How far out of the money were we? Well, far enough that we're still out of the money. So that's good. And we are still 1, 3, and 4% out of the money. All right. Are we safe? Are we safe? I don't know. I don't know. Let me look at SMCX on my other screen. Where we got? Yeah, they're down. So maybe. All right. Assets under management for SMCY is 342 mil. The NAV is 1578. Trade price around the same. Whatever. Close enough. The synthetic on paper is worth 213 per share. They're selling covered calls and credit call spreads on the whole damn thing. So no need to talk about that. Let's look at the IVs. Their 30-day is 60. Their 7-day forward is 70. So we like it like that. However, their income estimate is negative. They declare next week. So we have to come up with a guesstimate for them. And if we simply base it on IV, it's going to be a little bit of suckety-doo-dah. Under $1. Imagine MSTY and SMCY paying under $1. We may cry, right? We may go, wah. We may play the sad music during the whole guesstimate video. All right, but it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. It's okay. It's okay. We will live, all right? We will live, and we will come back stronger, right? Anyway, so that's SMCY. Let's move on to TSLY, the longest living fund. Oh, of course, them and OARC, right? Wait. Here we Can you hear the 3-year-old screaming? All right. Anyway, do you see the gap? Do you see the gap? It goes from S to U, S to U. So we are missing the T. So TSLY, no trades for you. No trades for you. All right. Anyway, Tesla, they went down yesterday. They went down 2.16%. Is that okay? Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Who cares? TSLY went down 1.43%. You know, Tesla's been going up like a nonstop crazy person, right? So they were due for a little pullback. They're due for more pullback, but the pre-market is looking like it's back up. So yeah, man, we'll see. Oh, garbage truck coming. Garbage is out. I remembered. All right. Synthetic position. What do we got? November. Yeah, 2 months away. And how's it doing? Well, it's doing all right. They got a 415 and 420. I mean, they got some catching up to do to the 420, but yeah, but like I said, they got time. All right, covered calls. Let's look. Everything expires today. Nothing for next week. So, you know, they're going to close all these out today. Are they safe? Time will tell. But they are anywhere from 2 to 4% out of the money. So not bad. Not a bad spot to be in. Again, 1 trading day to go, baby. The value of the fund, 1.2 bill. The NAV is 885. Trade price, 884. All right. Synthetic, 7 cents per share. That's what it's worth. All netted together. Whoopie-doo, right? I know. Synthetic contracts, what do we got? 29. Yeah, they're selling calls on all of it. All right. Credit call spreads on all of it. All right. 30-day IV for Tesla, 55%. 7-day forward, 59. All right. They declare not next week, but the week after. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Income estimate, 90 cents, bro. That's pretty damn good. So they're doing all right. All right. They're doing all right. All right. So that's the coverage on the funds that I cover. And there's way too many for sure. Right? That takes a long time. What do we got? We got 6 here and we got MSTY. So are these videos too long? Or are they just right? Let me know. All right. Let me know if I need to get rid of a fund, or let me know if this is still good stuff. All right. All right. Good. All right. Let me know. After all, this is the People's Channel. If you smell la 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 la, what the rod is cooking. All right, sorry. Anyway, SLTY, how you doing yesterday? They made about 244,000. Thanks to Mara, thanks to Bloom, thanks to Applied, and a whole bunch of others. So great job. Even Circle in there. Good job, Circle. All right. How about ULTY? They lost 68 mil. Why are they getting blown through in their damn covered calls again? Looks that way, man. Rigetti, bro. They lost 14 mil on the covered call. Oklo, they just keep losing money on Oklo. Get rid of that damn thing. You know, get rid of the damn thing, or stop selling covered calls on it. I don't know, man. We got to ask, is ETF Inspector here? Can you tell us how much money they have lost on Oklo ETF Inspector? If you're watching now or later, that would be interesting to see, because you know some are just maybe not worth it, right? It's just getting blown through. Obviously, they'll have the synthetic though, so when they cash out the synthetic, it's going to be nice, you know. So I assume they're, I don't know. Well, I'm interested in that actually. What funds have made the most money? What funds have lost the most money? Anyway, 60. That would be a good video too. See, I come up with good ideas every now and then. But yeah, they lost money. Whatever. All right, so let's move on to the holdings. What do they got? They got bullish, so they are bullish on bullish. 83% IV. Look at that. Should I trade options on that sucker? Maybe. All right, coin. Oklo. Here's Oklo. Yay. Damn. There's my buddy. Open door. Only 2% of the fund. I don't feel the love. All right, whatever. Let's go all the way down. What do they got? They got 78% average IV. The fund is worth about 3.3 bill. ULTY yesterday, price change, they went down 0.53%. WPay went up 1.37%. I believe WPay launched at 50, so they are having a freaking fantastic start. So good for them. Let's look at the SLTY. Hello, the SLTY. How are you, the SLTY? Let's see, SLTY. You know, they got the Bloom. Again, I'm Duolingo. That's a new one, right? I don't remember seeing that one. They always got some lemonade up in her. You know, got to stay hydrated. Their average IV 76. Oh, look at that. The fund is growing. They're up to 11.7 mil. All right. SLTY movement yesterday. Well, that was not pretty. They went down 2.55%. YQQQ comparably went down 0.92%. So yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. So that's the coverage on some of the YieldMax funds. I'm going to throw on some music. And I'm going to take a damn pee break, and I don't care. You're just going to have to wait. It's going to have to, you know, you'll have to live with it. Again, limited music options. Let's choose acoustic cinematic. Okay, we are back. We are back. We are back. All right. Anyway, let's see. All right, I'm gonna cover my options, go through some comments, and call it a day. Actually, I may talk about QLDY too, if you guys want. Missed. All right, again, this is my retire now account. All I do is options, 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 and more options. Okay. So, what am I doing on MSTY? MSTY went up yesterday and they went up to 1620. Am I going to sell cover call on it today? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Again, my average cost basis, someone was asking earlier, what's mine? 25.67. Yeah, bro, that sucks, right? But again, I got some premium income too. I got distributions from those shares. So technically, if you want to net the cost basis, I get around 1651, which is basically where we're at. So, you know, am I okay with selling calls where we're at? Yeah, I am. I am. Should I sell puts? I probably should, but I'm trying to, you know, make this a more options focused account. And it's hard to do options on MSTY. It really is. So I'd rather keep more MSTY in the other account, which is the dividend car account. All right. So we got a video question from Mr. Vladi himself. After your personal options review, could you please go over your leap list? Well, yeah, the leap. Well, I don't have a list. I have a watch list. It's not really a leap list, but I'll go over my leap. And then, yeah, if you want, I could look at the watch list. All right, TSLL. Quick update on what I'm doing here. Yesterday was the 18th. So what I did is I had a covered call expiring today, 17 bucks. You could see it's 9% in the money, right? So I didn't want it to go yet because basically I can get money on it still. So what I did is I did a rolling order, as they call it. So I created a rolling order, which is a buy to close on that position and a sell to open on the new. So the buy to close cost me $293. The sell to open cost me, paid me $373. So that is an 80-cent credit, which technically yielded me 66%. So if I could still yield 66% on those shares, you damn right I'm rolling it. Now, if you look at the other one, that's an $11 strike price. That is completely blown through. That is 41% in the money. If I try to do a rolling order on this one, I am not going to get any type of pretty credit. All right. So it's not worth it to me. So you know what I say? I say bye-bye, take my shares, have fun with them. And I get $1,100. And what I can do with that $1,100 is I can at least make some money on it. All right. So good. Fantastic. All right. And then yesterday, I decided to sell a put on TSLL. This bill is still alive. Why is it still alive? Well, again, my cost basis actually, again, without premium netting, 1621. So as long as I could sell puts below my cost basis, I consider my wheel in action. You know, at least I do. This is how I kind of play it. So yeah, man. So I sold a $15 put. It expires October 10th, 22 days out. What did it pay me? It paid me 45 cents per share. All right, 45 bucks total premium. All right, that's it. So TSLL for the week, not much, paid me 125 bucks so far. All right, TNA, dynamite, as they say. Again, yesterday was the 18th. We had a covered call expiring today. It was a 42. As you can see, TNA's, you know, there's no stopping it. This thing is out of control. Like, it's at $47 now. So I'm 10% in the money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it. I'm going to roll it out a week. I've been rolling it out a week. You know, why not? Well, is it worth it? That's the question. Is it worth it? Yes, because I was able to get 43 bucks, which is a 43% yield. So yes, if I can roll it for a decent yield, then I will do it. If it's not, I will let it be or let it go. Let it go, let it go. All right. And then, of course, I got a lot of puts. I checked, you know, it wasn't worth it to pay to close. Like, I'm not paying you, you know, over $5 to close any of these suckers, you know? So I'll let time value go, you know? And there's no way. I mean, these are, I'm giving it the 0% chance that I'm worried about these puts getting assigned, right? 25% out of the money. Yeah, bring it, son, bring it. All right, but anyway, for TNA, what did I make for this week? A whopping $43. I know that's not exciting, but it is what it is. And then I invited Open to the dance. So welcome, Open. Again, degenerate play, complete degenerate play. Pretty cool. You know, the CEO is all over the place in the news, laying off half the company, doing this, doing that, whatever. I'm in it. I'm on it. Let's do it. Let's do it, baby. I forgot to color code the expirations, but I did sell another put yesterday because it was kind of red, and I sold a put for $8, another $8 one, 21% out of the money at the time, and expires next week though. So I did go into next week. It paid me a why is this not updating? If they're A2 price. Weird. How is it not updating the open price? Anyway, whatever. It paid me $30, and look at this annualized yield, 171%. Not as crazy as the others, right? But like I said too, I do want to get assigned on open. I want to get some shares, and if I look today in the pre-market, where the hell is the pre-market? Sorry, I haven't been looking at the comments, guys. All right, so they're under 10. They're at 987. So if I look here, am I going to get assigned? These two expired today. Are these getting assigned? Doesn't look like it. If the 9 gets assigned, I'll let it go. I'm thinking about rolling these up to $10 just to get signed. I don't know. That's probably a stupid idea. But yeah, that's stupid. It is stupid. I know. But maybe I'll just let it be. Anyway, how much did I make on open this week so far? Right? It should be 147. There it is, 147. So yeah, I'm playing you know, degenerate. This is not like me. You know, I've been playing it kind of safer in quotes, but this is an individual stock, and you know, an up and comer. Is it safe? I don't freaking know, man. I'm playing along. And then my friend Tesla Groupie, who's the options queen on X, she somehow talked me into trading some AMDL. But yeah, they I'm probably gonna have another chance to sell a put today, but they're getting some bad luck with NVDY and Intel, you know, teaming up. So they're gonna have a, you know, obviously a drop in price. So I figured, you know what, this will be a quick in and out play. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. But AMDL, obviously at the time it was what, 983, and I sold a put at $9, 8% out of the money. AMDL is a double leverage play of AMD, by the way. Paid me $43, 79% yield. All right, quick prop, quick in and out, right? But again, I could get assigned, and I'm just going to sell aggressive calls. But I'm going to treat this one, you know, maybe a little differently because I don't really care as much. I'm opening the door for other, you know, opportunities. Because to me, like, TNA's gone. I can't sell puts on TNA. I can't do it. You know, until it comes back under like $42 or something, $40. I don't know. And will it ever? I don't know. But I'm not waiting around. So that's just why I'm playing with other things for now. I got to keep busy or else I'm going to make stupid trades. Although some may call that a stupid trade. All right, I'm just giving you an update on my leap. Open. Again, the price is not updating, unfortunately. So it doesn't really help. So I can't actually really give you an update, to be honest. Before I forget real quick, someone asked about the watch list. Oh, it's not even on here. Where the hell is it? It was a watch list me and the group we created, and the community too. We got the community involved. So I assume, who was asking for this? Flotty? I mean, I'll put this in the Discord if you want. Under spreadsheets. I think I did already, but I did add a few. We'll just start from the bottom. I added CIFR. We got IBIT. I'm you know, I was considered trading IBIT, BBAI, ASST. You know, these are pretty much degenerate plays. I'm just gonna, you know, say that, right? Look at this, man. 345% IV. Like, what the hell is this? ASST, BTDR. You got Rigetti on here. Sound again. I may trade Sound. yeah, we got a whole bunch. So hopefully that helped. If you're a complete degenerate like me, that may be helpful to you. All right, anyway, we got to move on. We got to get moving, man. I'm freaking running late. This is a long-ass video. I didn't update the balance, so who cares about that? Total income, 358. My goal is 441, so still behind on that. And yeah, who cares about open positions? Real quick update. Defiance launched a fund yesterday. It's called QLDY, NASDAQ 100 Lightning Spread Income Fund. So basically, the big thing is it's going to pay twice weekly. All right, designed to make distributions twice weekly. Okay, well, that's interesting, right? So what the hell? How are they going to do that? What's the plan here? Well, again, what I do, I always just go to the holdings, right? So if you see the holdings, they got a long call. All right, they got a buy call on the NASDAQ and then treasuries. So they do 0 DTE. I know I'm not gonna. I did pull up the prospectus because that's really where you have to go for the quick detail. And I'm sorry to rush this, but you can see they're purchasing a long dated in the money call option. It's a buy call on the index, right? And it will mimic the movement of the index. All right. So obviously, just treat it like a synthetic position. And by the way, uncapped. See this word? Uncapped. People like that word. Uncapped. Uncappity doodah. All right, let me zoom in so you can see it. Uncappity doodah. They left off the doodah, but you see it's uncapped, right? And then going down here, all right, so how are they making money to pay us? You know, the long call, is that going to make money? Well, sure, but they're not making money all the time. You know, what's the date on the long call, actually? I didn't look. It said they're going to do long dated. Where the hell is the holdings? All right, it's right here. It's a December. Yeah, it's this year, December of this year expiration date. So when they cash that out, it may or may not be worth money. But anyway, in the meantime, how are they going to pay you twice a week? They're going to sell a put option and they're going to buy a put option. All right. So yeah, they're, you know, why are they doing both? Basically, you know, to limit the downside. All right. But you know, at the same time, there is increased downside risk. So what they're doing is they're selling what's called put spread. So if they just sold the put, obviously, yeah, there would be no limit to how much you could pay on that put on the downside of the index. But since they're buying a put for a lower strike, there is limited downside on that position, which is good. So here's some real quick details too. This is a perfect example that they have. So they plan on doing, where is it? So let's just say the put spread is 2% apart. That's the most you could lose on the put spread, right? So if the NASDAQ goes down on the day they're doing the 0 DTE, you'll lose 2%, right? If the NASDAQ goes down, in the example here, 3%, you'll lose 2% from the put. But that's not it. Don't forget, you have a long call, right? The long call, that's, you know, that's going to lose money too. So essentially you're also losing 3% on that, right? So, you know, technically, you know, on a big down day, that's going to hurt you because you're going to get double whooped. You're going to get your ass kicked twice. You can get punched in the face twice by 2 different people. But there is no capped upside. So on very, very green days, you'll do very well. On very, very red days, you'll get beat up just a little bit. All right. So again, it's a brand new type of fund. The key here is paid twice weekly. And in this day and environment, this is a game changer. People, believe it or not, they invest basically because of this. All right. I'm not saying this is a bad strategy. It's pretty cool. Like, it's not something I would do. So would I pay someone to do it? Sure. Will I invest in this? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't even sat down to even think about it. I just did this literally before I hit go live, but yeah, so I wanted to get this update out real quick too. But yeah, man, that's it. I mean, that's a lot of crap I just covered. Any questions before we call it a day? Let me scroll up here. What do we got going, guys? Thank you all for being here. We got 667 of you between YouTube and X. Just internal chit chat. All right. LA says, thanks, Rod. Thank you, LA. I'll see you on your premiere. What else? That's it. I don't think anyone has questions. So maybe we'll just call it video word under 1. Yeah, man. That'll probably be Sunday's word, over under 1. Thanks for another great stream. Thank you, Pro Fast Guy. Like and heart, rock and rock. Yeah, guys and gals, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun, hopefully you're entertained. If not, come back tomorrow, and we will try our best to entertain you. Because again, this is entertainment. It's YouTube, bro. Don't take it too serious. We're just trying to be entertaining, all right? Clive has a question. When's the next Spaces, Rod? Monday, actually, because Monday I can't do the interview stuff. I can't do the morning show, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a Spaces, and hopefully, you know, get some of you guys to, you know, I'm not gonna say get interviewed, but talk. You know, be the focal point. So yeah, it'll be Monday morning, 6 a.m. No, 6:30 a.m. I'll post the link at some point. Question 15 and 1550 calls on MSTY 26. Would I roll? If it's worth it, it depends. I'm not rolling and paying money. I'm not rolling for a crappy credit. So it all depends. It's not an easy question. I assume those prices are under your cost basis, so you're going to lose money. Have they listed the first distro date? Good question. Yes. 10/2. First distro 10/2. Second distro 10/6. Which is what? Let me check my calendar. 10/2, 10/6. All right. So Thursday and Monday. All right. They're going to pay Thursday and Mondays. Okay. Interesting. You know, thanks for that question. I didn't think about that. Dividend Degenerate. Again, best. It's a great name. Great name. He said he wouldn't bother. Happy Divvy Day, everyone. Yeah, happy distribution day. We all got paid today from some of these suckers, right? Hopefully, if your broker behaves. But yeah, gotta call it quits, right? We gotta call it quits. So if you guys enjoy this content, please hit the like button on YouTube, right? And if you're on X, you can always just hit the heart, all right? And even better, if you want to help the channel grow organically, you can retweet it or repost it on YouTube. Because if you have a YouTube following and you repost my video, that helps too. Even if you don't have a following, I assume someone would be looking, right? I don't know. Why not try it, right? It's a button. It's a button. It won't hurt. All right, what else? What else we got? Nothing. We got nothing. It's keyword time. All right, so if you guys made it this far in the video, hour and 4 minutes, good Lord, and you want to prove it, you got to say the keyword. So the keyword today is really up to you. I got nothing. Is the keyword QLDY? I keep saying QYLD. I can't say it. QLDY. Anyway, what's the keyword? I'll let you guys and gals pick the keyword. All right. What do you got? You got anything good? Or are we giving Defiance the love today? Every time you pull it up, you think you're looking at QTUM, but you're not. You're looking at QLDY, right? Robinhood 9pn, whatever. Austin on X says QLDY. All right. You know what? I'm just going to keep it simple. QLDY. So what does that mean? It means if you made it this far in the video, if you're still watching at this point, either live or later on when it's pre-recorded, right? when it's posted later. You got to type in the comments, not just the live comments, the after post comments, QLDY. Why? Well, again, QLDY is doing something a little different, and it's adding not just one payment a week, but 2 payments per week. This is opening a whole new can of worms, because you know what's going to follow now. There's going to be 3 payments a week, and then 4, and then 5. And then it just becomes just a little ridiculous. I mean, this is ridiculous, but hey, we're just here for this. We're just here along the ride, right? Oh man, but you gotta love it. You gotta love it. We're investing at a good time where we just have so many damn options. You can pick and choose whatever the hell you want, right? All right, anyway, if you made it this far in the video, type it in the comments, whether you're on X or YouTube, QLDY. And if you want to tell me if you're buying it, great. If not, I don't really care. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day. Later.